Wait, maybe.
Hey, good morning, Libra. How are you? Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining me this morning. I am going to do a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus, using this new deck that we just got last week, the Divine Feminine and Masculine Reunited by Christabel Jessica. All right, and this is 44 oracle cards broken down into groups of 11, one for the male, masculine energy, one for the feminine energy, one for the shadow, and one for the light. All right, so basically we're going to be talking about what it is that you're going to be challenged with for this coming time period between now and the end of August 2018 or beyond, and what is the lesson that needs to be learned, and what tools do you already have in your repertoire that can help you to overcome this challenge or this shadow energy that you are facing. So I'll be following this up with a reading using the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and that'll be uploaded to Vimeo. But for the general reading, we're going to do it right here on YouTube because it's easier for me to upload. Please like the video. The more people as you enter the room that like the video, then more notification. It goes up in the notifications of those people who are subscribed. So I don't know. This doesn't let me like it myself. I'm going to turn off these other notifications. So as I'm going to sit here, wait for a few people to enter, and I'm going to start doing the shuffling. First, for the male energy for sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Masculine energy, time period between now and the end of August 2018. What is the energy that is going to be surrounding the masculine, the divine masculine energy in Libra? Okay, great, thank you. And we'll see what we're going to get for the female energy. Okay. Wow, okay, that's interesting. And what is going to be our challenge, our shadow? What is the lesson for the time period? Thank you very much. All right. And what is the lesson? What is the light? What tools are we already in possession of that can help us with this challenge? Okay, Ashe. Alrighty then. So, be nice if I put the microphone on, right? Okay. All right. So, as I said, we shuffled and we got hey Delia. We got our energy for our masculine, our feminine, our shadow, and our light. So let's see. Thank you, Delia. That's so sweet. You're awesome too, baby. Please like the video so that other people will get notifications and be able to join the room with us, please. Thank you, honey. Appreciate it so much. So for the masculine energy, the divine masculine this month, the thing that is going to be challenging you is vulnerability. Oh, thank you for allowing me to share these messages. I really appreciate it. The god of vulnerability, Achilles. Okay, so The story of Achilles, we know his mom tried to protect him by baptizing him, and the only part of his body that was still vulnerable was the heel of his ankle, right? That's why they call it the Achilles heel. That's the portion of his foot that she held him, and so it didn't get baptized. So that was the part of him that remained vulnerable. And the secret was not letting your enemy know your vulnerability. So, is that what's going on for you this month, Divine Masculine, Libra? You're trying not to let anybody know what your vulnerability is, trying to hide it. Let's take a look at what that energy is. Achilles speaks. I've stepped forward today to bring forth the energies of divine masculine vulnerability. I am an ideal advocate of this message because of my own story. I represent the overall strength of the masculine with one perceived weakness, my heel. Just as I am depicted, embracing my vulnerability, this is the medicine that the collective of the masculine needs. Embrace your vulnerability. To be embraced for their innately tender, protective, loving heart. It is an injustice what has been done to this part of the masculine template. Just as the feminine has been repressed, so too has he. Men have been programmed to disassociate from their emotions and tenderness for generations. Due to societal put-downs and suppression, and out of the fear of ridicule, and hurt, it can be difficult for men to allow their vulnerability to shine through. From a very early age, boys are told, boys don't cry, toughen up, man up, you're a sissy, stop being a girl. The damage has been vast and extreme. They experience various forms of this suppression, ridicule for expressing romantic love to women, being called soft, under the thumb, or whipped. Then there is the expectation to be a pillar of strength, to provide, to protect, to carry the brunt of the load on their shoulders. It is scary for men to open up to softness and their vulnerability. So, seems that you are trying to protect yourself, okay, because you know that you're vulnerable. You know that you love. You know that you are tender. You know that you need tenderness. You know that you need love. You know that you want to share this emotion with someone that you can trust. And so, the energy that we are experiencing from the divine feminine for the time period between now and the end of August 2018 is the goddess of rage, number 6, segment. So our masculine is trying to protect himself. Is he protecting himself from your rage? Hi, Miss Pip. Please don't forget to like the video so that more people will know that we are streaming live. The more likes I get, the higher it goes up in people's feeds, apparently. So, segment number 6, right? The 6 is love. So, is your love being displayed as rage? This could be talking about a fire sign that you're dealing with, or you may have fire in your chart. Let's see what segment is talking about. Segment speaks. I've come forward today through the energy of this card to speak to you about an aspect of the feminine that has been deeply embedded in the collective shadow. divine feminine rage. Let us come together now to shine some light on this topic. Feeling rage is a form of light work. This may seem to counter this may seem counterintuitive, but when light worker women allow the rage that is deeply rooted within the collective of the feminine to come forth through her, she gives it an outlet. A vessel for this rage to be fueled through. Rage is a healthy part of the feminine energy when used correctly. Of course, this is not for 1 second advocating the abuse of this energy, and this is not advocating for this rage to be used as a weapon against another. Rage is a natural part of the feminine. Think of a fierce lioness protecting her cubs, a mother who will not stop until her loved ones are safe. Think of Mother Earth herself, unafraid of inciting her rage. Think of her crackling power during intense lightning storms or floods or bushfires, tearing down all that no longer serves. Some healthy ways to release pent up anger include scribbling as hard as you can on art paper with red and orange crayons, screaming as loud as you can into your pillow, taking a walk while intentionally stomping your feet, or throwing rocks as hard as you can onto the ground. So, our rage can be productive if it is used in productive ways. If you are raging against an injustice that you see being brought upon others or in your own life, you have a right to stand up for yourself. Not in a violent manner, of course, but thoughtful and determined with conviction. Channel your anger or your frustration, your rage towards remedying the situation, standing up for who you are and what you believe. So, is this protectiveness of the male in response to the rage of the female? Or is it a fear of something else? Next card that came up for y'all, Libra, in their shadow is abandonment. So, Libra males, are you afraid? Libra masculines, are you afraid of abandonment? Are you worried? Are you worried that this rage that's being exhibited by the feminine is going to result in your abandonment? Or is she raging at you because you've abandoned the situation? Is that the rage? Or are you afraid that she's going to abandon you? And so you're feeling vulnerable because of some situation that's brought up this anger and causing you to want to go into protective mode. And it has to do with both of your fears of abandonment. Maybe she feels that you're not stepping up to the plate. Maybe she feels that you're not defending her and that you're busy protecting your own vulnerability. And is that what's causing the rage? That is triggering feelings of abandonment in both of you. I think that is what it is. You're both afraid of abandonment. That abandonment is your Achilles heel, male, masculine energy. Excuse me, I'm sucking on some candy. My mouth gets dry. Um, because of the medication I have to take, I guess. Um, so you're feeling, you're anticipating abandonment. You're afraid of it. And so you're protecting. You're not expressing that that is your fear because you're afraid to say that even. But bottom line, you're protecting yourself because you're afraid of abandonment. Female energy is feeling rage because she too fears abandonment. And she's afraid that you're into your shell, your refusal or inability to communicate these emotions, that you don't feel safe communicating with her, may be making her angry. So maybe she's really more hurt than angry, than rageful, but she is expressing it as rage. And that just makes you more apt to protect yourself and to recoil and to hide and to not express your fears. Abandonment is number 8. 8 is infinite. Okay. So this is something that we all have a fear of some way. All right. It's something that just permeates humanity. The fear of being left alone, the fear of not knowing why someone went away. It could be losing a loved one when someone transitions over. It could be memories of a childhood, parents that got divorced, or parents that were physically there but emotionally and mentally not there. Maybe they were working too much, could have gone through relationships where you felt abandoned, when you had to make life and death decisions about your future and no one was there to help you. And so the only thing that you could rely on was yourself and the divine. Maybe you didn't realize at the time that your soul family was always there and that they hadn't abandoned you because you were young. But that still doesn't stop those feelings, even though you know better now. Even though we know better now, we know that no matter what happens, the Creator is not going to abandon us. But still, this is part of our human experience, all right? Our life here in this plane on earth as human beings, spiritual beings having a human experience. And part of that is a fear of abandonment. Abandonment is never because of you. Let me repeat that. Abandonment is never because of you. Let that paint every part of your energy field. It is not because you are unworthy. It is not because you are unlovable. It is not because there is something about you that deserves rejecting. It is caused by someone not having the capacity to be present with you. Only hurt people, and every single human is hurt in some way or another. We all know this, but it is not always easy to remember in situations when we find ourselves hurt. And that's okay. It's always of the utmost importance to feel any grief or feelings that come up surrounding the feeling of abandonment, to remind yourself after deeply feeling the pain that it is not because you are unlovable. If someone does not have the capacity to be there for you, and they show you that, listen to them. In other words, right? Like Maya Angelou says, when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. They will come to you if and when they have built up enough of a capacity to be present. The same works the other way. If you choose not to be with someone who shows interest in you, it is okay. It is not that you're being bad or hurt or a hurtful person. It is not that that person is unlovable or undeserving or unworthy. The same way that we want to be led by spirit. And thank everybody for watching. If you're watching, please hit the thumbs up button so that we can go up higher in the feed, and that way the notifications will come up quicker whenever I decide to do live readings. Well, thank you, Monique. We have the opportunity to be honest and real with one another. And part of this twin flame reunion, part of this, good morning, Tara, good morning, Bettina. Part of this twin flame reunion is to learn how to deal with these issues, these things that lay as an undercurrent in the way that we deal with one another and the way that we deal with others. Hello, Nitra. So when this situation presents itself, first we have to talk to spirit. We have to speak to the divine and ask them what it is that we are supposed to do at this time. What are we supposed to do with this rage? What are we supposed to do with this vulnerability? Our feelings of abandonment are real. It could have been feeling these feelings against previous relationships, like I said, parents, or it could even be an abandonment that happened within this relationship that is coming to the surface. That both of you are not feeling safe in your relationship, Libra, but you're expressing your frustration or your fear in different ways. Hi, Monique. Hi, Miss Pip. Oh, Miss Pip, I spoke to you already. And Tara. Good morning, everyone. Please don't forget to hit the like button. We have to realize that we're ascending. We've ascended to a place that we have been given the opportunity to connect with our twin flames and to learn the lessons together, to support each other in dealing with these issues, the issue of abandonment. So, if we're being told to channel our rage differently, we have to see exactly where this abandonment issue started. That would be helpful for both of us to see where this came from and to try to work it through, to discuss it, to communicate, to be vulnerable, to be angry at the situation as you recall it, as you go through the details, as you share that with your partner. As you're sharing that with your partner, why you feel vulnerable, why you feel angry. The answer is not to run away or to hold these revelations against your partner. It's to understand that this is why you are together, to work this out somehow. It's not a time for you to run away, because that is abandoning the situation. That's abandoning ship. That's abandoning the lesson. The light, the way you all handle this is through joy. This is a message from your ancestors. This is number 9. To express joy in the present, in what is happening right now. To find the thing within this relationship that makes you happy. And if you can't find it, create some. Being thankful that you have ascended to this level and that you have been able to connect with this true love. This true love. That despite their shortcomings, you know that they are meant for you at this time, and that you can depend on them not to abandon you. And the joy, the relief in knowing that you have found a situation, a partner who is going to be supportive, that you had the opportunity to feel this type of love for another person, acceptance, someone who will put up with you, with your good and your bad, who has seen you maybe so far at some of your worst behaviors, but still showing you unconditional love. So the way to get away from this energy is spending time together, reassuring your partner that you're there for them, that you're obedient to spirit, that you respect and honor the God in them and the God in you. Hey, Patina, Anitra, Monique, yes. Number 9, joy. It's time to put the foot on the brake and ease into a phase of joy. The spiritual path can be challenging and painful, especially when you become adept at being a shadow walker. Shadow work is extremely important in being able to release and purge all that is holding you back from pure joy. Don't fear abandonment, celebrate the reunion. That was me. But it is also important to come up for air in between and really allow yourself to experience all the wonder that this earth has in store for you to experience. When you are in the shadows, you'll reach a point when you know that it is time to resurface from the depths of darkness. Do something to help pull yourself out of that energy, either by going for a long walk, listening to some upbeat music, coming back into your body through stretching and yoga moves, or watch a comedy. Laughter is one of the most important forms of healing. And tapping into your sense of humor is a wonderful way to come back into lightness and to tap into source energy and the angelic realm. If you force yourself into too much emotional clearing or energy work at one time, it can actually end up being detrimental to your healing path and can slow things down. Refilling your energy field with joy, gratitude, and love after a round of purging speeds up your process. As with everything, it's all about balance. I was telling this to another group earlier this week. This is the summertime. Maybe they're saying that you all need to lighten up. You know, we've been working really hard. We have finally, a lot of us, gone past the recognition and contact in contact or in communication part of this journey where we're actually in this relationship. We're actually experiencing our partners on a regular basis, either living together or, no karmics, no third parties, no moms, nobody interfering, just the two of you, the two of us. So let's enjoy that. Don't worry about this thing. You're at the point now that you should be aware that there is no abandonment. It's just levels and ascensions, lessons learned. And just take a little time to thank the Creator, to thank your soul team, your ancestors, your spirit guides, whoever it is that you work with or who work with you, and just be thankful. Give some offerings, all right? Plant a tree, go skating, go dancing, play some music, feed the hungry, do something productive. People who are homeless and hungry, if you can't afford to, go volunteer and help out. Help people get placed. Give somebody a sandwich. Cook a meal and invite others over. Not people that you don't know. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying celebrate with your people, with your friends, with your family. Maybe establishing some friendships that are other twin flame relationships, if you can connect with those people, so that you all can be supportive of each other. The joy that you get, that you have been allowed to experience when you can take that breath that you've been waiting to exhale for a long time, haven't you? You have been waiting to exhale for a while. So let's do that. Let's relax. Let's exhale. Let's thank God that you made it to this place where you are. Appreciate the lessons and the journey and the joy that you finally found that person in this moment, and don't worry about what happened before and how the situation made you feel before. There's time enough for you to go over that. Knowing that it's just part of the lesson and it does not need to result in a separation. So don't be afraid to deal with it because you're afraid that the outcome is going to be negative, because at this point, we should know that there is no negative outcomes, it's only divine timing. Let's see if we can get some information to help us with this challenge. The challenge to be joyful, to let go of this abandonment and this rage and the vulnerability. So we're going to get some information, some guidance from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. And if you're in the room and you haven't given a like, please do so. Very much appreciated. All right, so let's get a card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms and see what advice. Okay. All right. Anything else? One more card, please, Spirit. Anything else? Oh, thank you. All righty. So, first card that came here for us was number 17, Sisters of the Seasons. Cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. So again, this is part of your journey. This is part of your growth. All right, this is divine order at work. This relationship is divine order being established. And you just need to understand that this is part of the laws of nature and you are part of the divine order. And this card came first. So it may be speaking to our male energy. That understanding your vulnerable feelings right now is part of the lesson, part of the cycle. Because you know that you have found a safe place. Or you know you found a safe place, even with your raging partner here. Accepting that this is part of the cycle. Now, for segment, our female rage, the card that came here was the Desert Prince. This talks about survival and false promises. So, our female may be a little angry camper because she has experienced false promises and she's had to survive. These false promises may have come from the divine masculine, or it could have come from other people along the way. And so she has learned to be protective of herself. It's interesting, there's two lions in this depiction, and there's a lion here also with the Desert Prince. Again, I spoke earlier about Leo may be part of this scenario for you, Libra. So perhaps a Leo hurt you and they gave you false promises. And so that's why you are having a hard time relaxing and you're like on, how do you say? You're ready to pounce at anything that the divine male does that puts you in the mindset of this energy. And you feel that you're not having it. And that may be what's bringing up these abandonment issues for your masculine. Maybe he doesn't know what happened back here. He just doesn't do. He might not know it yet. Again, that's part of communication. Or he may think that you forgave him for the stuff that he did, and that's why y'all are together. And he doesn't understand why you still mad. What did I do now? And he may not have done anything, but any little thing that he did, maybe it just triggered something in you, or is triggering something in you that's making you rage, that's making you angry. So if there's something that he did that he thought was resolved, but it really isn't, don't let him sit there thinking that that something is resolved that's not. But there's a way to talk about it, like the divine feminine that you are. The nurturing, compassionate, caring person who is not going to hurt others and certainly not going to hurt herself. And by you maybe showing this rage at times, maybe lowering your vibration, and we don't need you doing that because that lowers the vibration for the rest of us. So communicating and letting your partner know what it is that he has done or said that has brought you to this place where you are just looking out for your own survival. And you want to know, because remember, this is 6. 6 is love. So there is love there. But the memories of these false promises and how hard you had to scratch and work to survive in his absence or in his presence. You have to communicate that to him, especially if it was done by somebody that he has no knowledge of. So that means that you're going to have to be vulnerable and tell your secrets and your stories. And the male energy has to know that he has to be open to hearing this, to be supportive, to know that this is part of her journey, and that her sharing with him is revealing her vulnerability, and that should reassure him that when he wants to share his vulnerabilities, that she'll be open to that too. So it's a give and a take, right? You give what you get. If you want to be vulnerable and supported, then you got to be supportive when your partner's being vulnerable. And that goes for both of you. Next energy that showed up, Ashe, thank you. The resting tree, number 22. So again, this is 22 a master number. This is master year 11. So again, part of your twin flame experience is the resting tree. This is learning how to take time out in solitude, to be open to transformation, to change. Patience. Well, we know about patience, I'm sure. Oh, this entire journey has been about patience, but it's also about being still. Being still and listening, hearing what's being said and listening past the anger, past the yelling, past the neck snaps and all that and all that other stuff that we do when we're mad. All of that animation, looking past that, listening to what's being said past the way that it's being said. Now, that's not easy. It's not easy, but we can do it because we have ascended to a higher level here. We have the tools within us to be able to listen and pay attention and listen past the rage, listen past the anger, and listen to what's being expressed. What are they trying to say? What is the point of all of that? And you can do that without telling the person, I can't hear what you're saying because you're yelling and da da da. Don't worry about the way it's being presented. Worry about why it's being presented and what is it that they're trying to express. And what is your part in that? Have you really caused this anger? Or was this caused by some other situation that you didn't know about? Had you known about it, you certainly would not have triggered it. But then, what is the trigger? If you don't know, there could be a number of things. So don't worry about asking her to change the way that she communicates with you, because you can't control someone else, right? You can only control yourself. So what you can control is the way you hear what she's trying to convey. What is the message that she's trying to convey to you? Use your intuition. Listen to it. And for the female, try to express yourself without the angry animations, because you are dealing with someone who wants to share with you and is afraid of being vulnerable. And maybe the rage that you're displaying is causing him to hold back, which is just going to result in more of the rage and the abandonment feelings for both of you. The resting tree, number 22. Okay, see what they're talking about. The resting tree is a sign for you to stop focusing and planning and be at peace in the moment. Joy in the moment. This is the representative of non-action and relaxation. Patience is the key to being with this ally. The resting tree asks you to slow down, sit back, and watch the roses bloom and the birds feed in the meadow. This isn't the time to forge ahead in any way. You may not be taking enough breaks, so you've been invited to be still and contemplate your good fortune. Joy, contemplate your good fortune, even if it means blessing the chaos in your life. Ashe. Bless the chaos in your life. This is a sign to allow everything to fall away except the stillness of this moment. It's like living between the space between breaths. When the resting tree appears, it signals that you've done all that you can do for now, and it's time to unwind and allow your story to unfold in its own accord. You've earned the right to rest and relax. Amazing ideas will come if you do. Remember the ancient saying, we do without doing, and everything gets done. Relax and let the divine do their work. They have more experience in being divine than we do right now. So let them do their work. Ashe, thank you, Monique. Let the divine be the divine. Talk to your ancestors, talk to the creator, whatever your source, whatever. Let them know how grateful you are again for this experience, even with the craziness, even with the rage, and just enjoy yourself. The last card that came here was number 35, which 3 and 5 is 8, right? So this again, infinity, Lady of Lightning, surprises, shock, a total paradigm shift. So something maybe rocking your world right now, or is going to. There's going to be some change, some shift in the energy, some surprises. So it's kind of like a tower moment. And let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what that's talking about. And it fell on top of the joy card. It could mean that this joy that you are going to be exhibiting is going to be a paradigm shift for the relationship. I go with that. I hope so. Let's see. 35. The Lady of Lightning brings powerful forces of change into your life. She tells you to expect a sudden shift in your circumstances. Perhaps a situation you weren't anticipating rises and offers you the opportunity of a lifetime. Or a series of aha moments culminates in a pivotal flash of insight, causing everything to change just like that. Maybe someone enters your life and pushes you to new heights. You may have a brilliant idea that hits you like a lightning bolt. Be prepared. Change is imminent, and a total paradigm shift may be upon you. Don't resist the changes, as this kind of lightning isn't something you want to fight. Great things are happening when the Lady of Lightning appears. In the realm of the Lady of Lightning, it's prudent to engage the law of non resistance. Relax and wait out the storm in the shelter of your faith and goodwill, trusting that all will be well, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. Wonderful new life has an opportunity to grow when the storm passes. So, Divine Masculine, if you can weather the storm of this rage from this lady, you'll find a peaceful place and a better understanding, I believe, and joy. So, even though you're feeling vulnerable and your fear of abandonment is being triggered, understand that this is part of the lessons. This is part of the cycles of your life, of your human existence here. And that there will be a reward at the end of this lesson, either in enlightenment or some material gain, some abundance that you may not have even anticipated. Okay? This lesson, this experience is what your soul needed, both of you. But understand and remember at all times that we, you, the collective, we're being supportive, supported by our spirit guides, our now ancestors, and supported by one another as a collective and a community. When we pray as a collective, we shouldn't just be praying for ourselves. Let's remember to pray for the other ones, the other divine masculines and divine feminines who are dealing with these challenges. If we pray for one another, if we uplift one another, right? Because this is what it's about, uplifting our vibrations. So not only focusing on what's going on in your particular romantic situation or pre-union situation, but praying for us as a collective, praying for God's will to be done, right? Knowing that this again is part of your ministry, part of your divinity, to lift up others as you lift yourself. Okay, very good. All right, this is getting long, and I know people don't like long things, so I just wanted to see if we can get a quick message. You know what? Yeah. All right, let's see what we can get from the mermaids and dolphins, just to lighten up the energy here a little bit for us today. So those of you who are not subscribed, thank you so much for all the likes. I appreciate it. Who are not subscribed to the channel, please. Oh. First card up. Have faith. Mermaids and Dolphins is by Doreen Virtue. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow the guidance. tranquility, time, make time to relax, to be still. Enjoy your solitude and indulge in some much needed self care. All of this green is on her, that's loving herself. So when you love yourself, maybe you won't feel all of that rage. When you love yourself, maybe you won't be feeling so vulnerable. Those of you who haven't joined or reunited physically with your twin, have faith and relax. Do some self-care. Do something for yourself. Even in this depiction of have faith, all of that green is love. That green means love that you are comfortable in. Self-love. Should I get another card? Oh, I guess so. A treasure chest. Unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. Come on, you guys, we can't make this up. Ashe Egun. Thank you, thank you, thank you, spirits. Treasure chest, abundance, unforeseen windfall is coming to you. So this is not anything that you can anticipate, not anything that you've been looking for, something that's unforeseen, a surprise. Could be an inheritance, could be a lottery win, could be money that you earned and somebody went through the books and found out that you had earned this money and they are sending it to you. Could be, it wouldn't be a tax return because you're anticipating that. But some windfall, some financial abundance that you were not expecting. Or could be some spiritual downloads that keep coming. Blah, 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 blah. And that is abundance of a whole different denomination. So maybe when you get through this lesson, when you learn to exhibit the joy, watch your thoughts. It's important not only to think about what you desire, it's important to only think about what you desire and not what you fear. So push away those thoughts of abandonment. And ooh, my ears just stopped up, both sides. Okay. We're done. Watch your thoughts. Toss away those thoughts of abandonment. Focus on the joy of the experience that you are having right now, in this moment, being in love and being loved. Don't go looking for problems where there are none. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm going to continue this reading in the Vimeo section, and I'll be using the Tarot Sexual Magic. So those of you who are interested in that, I'll be uploading this as soon as I'm done uploading this, and we can see what it is that we have in store for us in the bedroom on the other side. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. I hope that this was, oh, you're welcome. I hope that these messages resonated with you. Please leave comments. Don't forget to like, to share, subscribe. And if you're interested in a reading, you can always send me an email, pbtarot7@gmail.com. Let me know if you want a regular reading or if you want a twin flame reading, if you want an Akashic reading, if you want a live reading. There's a trailer that's up on my channel, and you can look at the different prices and get back to me. All right. But in any event, I'll still be doing these messages, these general messages for you, as long as God gives me strength. All right. And I love this and I enjoy this so much. I look forward to doing this, even on the days that I don't have the strength to do it. Yeah, it's frustrating. All right. But we are all on this mission together. Don't forget that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Don't forget, tell your friends. And if there are people who this is their birthday, Cancer, you can find the reading for Cancer, send it to them on their Facebook. Birthday gift is free, won't cost you anything, and it might help someone. It'll definitely help me, I'm sure. Okay, so I'll be talking to you guys later. I don't know if I'm going to get back to do another reading, but we'll see. I feel pretty good right now. I love you guys. Thank you so much. All right, and I salute the light in you. All right, love you guys. Bye bye.